Hey guys, here with the Chronos protocol. I'm going to try this out again now that we have Salem's hospitality. So we're going to get to look at their entire hand and we're going to be able to trash a card out of their grip. So let's see what we got in there. Worst case, we see his whole hand, and best case, we kill his proco and it just guts his opener. See what happens. And it is an LLDS deck with, okay, presumably a bunch of chameleons. Seems fair. So now we know what he has. We didn't hit a proco. We know that his hand is kind of whatever. He's got Cyber Cipher. A clone chip too, so we can make him kill this blacklist. Okay. So we know he does not currently have a way past this wall of, or this past this Galahad, so let's push this out. If we get the House of Knives card, that's 3 more Chronos protocol triggers we can use to pick at his hand. So what we're looking at in this matchup is to just have money, because the failure mode of this ID in the past has always been the exact same thing, which is that you have too many cards that aren't money, and you end up looking for credits the whole game while they just stomp on you. Because the problem is that hitting their hand doesn't really matter, because they're going to play their strongest cards right when they draw them. So it's hard to actually get value off the ability. The cards that you really want to hit are ones that they draw but maybe can't play right away, like an RDI if they don't have enough money, or like a Siphon or something. In those cases you can get good snipes that affects them. The other potential thing you can do is do like a hard lockout with a blacklist they can't get past. That's more like when they're playing Faust and Wildside, they draw their whole deck. You can res blacklist, and sometimes they can't get at it. And then they'll just lose at that point. Looks like a pretty standard type deck. Caches, David. Seen all that before. We want to put the baddie down. Probably want to draw 2. Okay. Still no apparent pressure on our HQ, so I'm going to cover HQ. We can gift next turn. We'll show all these points and whatever. Not a big deal. He's not going to want to run for quite a while. People typically will do this like turbo setup and not do anything for a long time. We have a number of turns to make something happen. Let's baddie server 1. I think it's fine. I do want some ice for this server and maybe to draw some more grails before we score this future perfect. It's not really helping us a ton to score this right now. He's going to score 2 fan sites. Once we score another agenda, he'll be all set. He can search for whatever he needs. So against Shaper, you have basically no chance of keeping them from doing their plan, because they can just fetch whatever card you've hit already in the bin. They can find other ways to get in there. Trashing Stim Hack. Okay, well this is decent. We get another... Swordsman's kind of whatever. I mean, it's not... I don't know. I guess we'll cover RNG just to have something there, but it's not great. If it doesn't break it, we'll get to the net damage and see his hand, which is alright. But it's not the best dice for this matchup. Well, let's keep looking for grails, because our grails are going to get better when we have a few more of them. R&D, so we'll put code gate on server 1. That should delay him there. Cortex lock is now worthless, but we didn't have to res it, so can't complain. It kind of did its job. So 1 for 1 at subliminal so far. See if I can remember to use it. I want to try to score this turn. He's got 2 credits. Just played a Proco. He needs 2 breakers to beat the baddie. Yeah, I think we're going to go for it. Salem's. Let's put a few money in. Or we do second baddie. Code gate gets through here either way, so let's just jam it. If we can go to match point, we'll be able to make him run when he doesn't want to. Yeah, he's not ready to act yet, so he's just gonna wait. Subliminal again, seems good. So we're discarding a card here. Which one? Probably the blacklist, actually. Even though we have a bunch of money, we don't have much to... We don't have much res, so we're going to spend it pretty quickly. If we get 2 baddies in here, we might just be able to rush him down. If we win our side games. Well, what does he need? He needs 1 lady token and a chameleon or a cyber cipher. That's not a huge defense here. Maybe we'll wait for more. Well, we can make him fetch something for this. You could let it fire too. He can SMZ for chameleon. Don't know how great that is for him. He's spending a fair amount of money for that. But it would put 2 more triggers on technical writer. He also could artist colony for the chameleon directly. It's not bad either. So we'll trigger House of Knives. We'll get a look at his hand. We can figure out if he's going to be able to contest the remote next turn. Okay. So we'll let him come in. We'll knife him. Scavenge, cache, lady, Atman. Guess it might as well be the lady. So he's gonna be able to clone it out. He will be able to contest this remote next turn with the chameleon plus his lady. And it's power 4, so if he names Code Gate, the Merlin gets beat as well. We can play Psy. Second barrier here doesn't really help us. Barrier R&D. Stim hack. Let's put the chameleon in the bin too. Let's keep putting all those breakers in the bin. Two baddies. If he only has one clone chip and he needs 2 breakers, maybe we can push through that point. Or we can win both our sides. Because once he does get his breakers, he can run repeatedly on this server. He can scavenge his cache into lady, so he definitely has ways. It's really hard to actually put a dent in the shape of recursion with any amount of net damage. Really, a Lancelot would be nice, because then we can have trash program on this Galahad. Last click run. What could possibly go wrong? We have got Fetal in here, but I think I'm going to still fire House of Knives anyway, just to make sure we get a net here. Oh, he's going to let us fire it here. I like it. Scavenge, Astrolabe. Well, I better read the Scavenge. If he wants to play the Atman, that's his prerogative. And then the Swordsman's online. In the way I see it, he's given us an opening by letting us try to scavenge, because now he cannot get his lady out. Like, the reason I like this idea is the idea of having info on the runner's hand, which is normally the hidden information that makes the most difference. As Corp, you're often stuck assuming the worst, like, well, he probably has blackmail, or he probably has whatever else. And it sucks because a lot of the time you could get away with it if you would just push it. Then you're taking it like a calculated risk, and here you can kind of de-risk it and see that, okay, he definitely has nothing right now. Like here, I don't think that he can find 2 breakers after losing that scavenge. His line had been like chip for 1 breaker, scavenge for the other breaker, and then he can come in the server and play Psy with us. Could even knife now. Don't think that matters. Well, maybe it does if he... Yeah, I think the better play here would have been to knife right away in the very first window, and then I could hit the Atman out of his hand. Because here if he goes Atman 0, which makes it an Atman 1. Yeah, he names Kogate here and gets Atman 0. It's actually going to beat this Galahad. Right, so I have kind of messed up. Yeah, my bad. First time really trying this deck out. Still not convinced that it's any good at all. Well, he might as well break, right? Unless he wants to just give up and go to R&D, but I don't think he can afford to do that. This is most likely a three-pointer. Mind games. Gotta love when ice is actually kind of scary. Like, he's worried about this ice. That's what you want. That's when Netrunner gets pretty exciting, is when the ice could actually hurt you in some way. Oh, placing Atman at 4, making it an Atman 5? Really? He probably doesn't want to do that. I thought he was completely on it, but maybe he didn't see any grails. Let's check that hand out, make sure there's nothing else that we care about. There's really not. I guess we'll trash the stim hack. But this is gonna hit. Because he doesn't have anything else with the Artist Colony. No more clone chips. It's barrier. So this goes. Or rather, that's an end the run. I guess we could have tried to kill him with the baddie, but now if he runs again, we get to kill him. I mean, had he put it at 0, we still would have been able to play a couple side games. So this fires 2. Plonk. And we'll just kill him. Oh well, that works too. So I don't know. I feel like this is probably going to work more poorly against like a standard wizard deck, but we'll try it out a little more, see what happens. I don't know. I mean, Hayley has a lot of setup involved. Maybe he could have poked R&D a little earlier. Getting info, yeah. He would have had a better idea what grails we had. I don't think he really thought about grail right now. Or he would have just put the admin on 0 and let it be at 1. Alright, thanks for watching.